Imagine a time before recorded history, an age older than the pyramids of Egypt. In the fertile lands between the Tigris and Euphrates rivers, nestled in what is now modern-day Iraq, a civilization was born. These people were called the Ubaidians, and as early as 4500 BC, they laid the foundations of society. These weren't just simple farmers, they were innovators. They tamed the land, perfected crafts like pottery and weaving, and even brewed the world's earliest beer. Then, around 3000 BC, a new power emerged, the Sumerians. Their land was a patchwork of walled city-states, Eridu, and the mighty Uruk, each with its own customs and deities. Uruk, with a population reaching 80,000, stood as a marvel of the ancient world. But how did these city-states rise from humble villages? What secrets lie buried beneath the desert sands? Stay tuned to uncover the Sumerian civilization and its lasting impact on human history. Imagine a map of the ancient world. Trace your fingers southward from the mountains of Turkey, following the winding paths of the Tigris and Euphrates rivers, where these mighty waterways spill onto a vast plain and meet the shimmering Persian Gulf. You found the heartland of Sumer. This fertile crescent, nestled in what is now modern Iraq, gave birth to a civilization unlike anything that came before it. Sumer was a land of contrasts. Dusty plains gave way to lush marshes teeming with life. Powerful, ever-warring city-states shared a common culture and a complex pantheon of gods. Think of it like ancient Greece, but with an even greater emphasis on the divine. Every city had its patron deity. There was Eridu, sacred home of Enki, the wise god of water and knowledge, and legendary birthplace of the biblical figure Abraham. And of course, there was mighty Uruk, a sprawling metropolis protected by miles of walls. Its patroness, the passionate goddess Inanna. Location was everything. The warm climate and life-giving rivers provided the perfect foundation for agriculture. But the Sumerians went beyond mere farming. They were master engineers. Intricate irrigation systems crisscrossed the land, channeling precious water to support their booming populations. This meant bustling cities, thriving trade networks, and fields overflowing with crops, the envy of the ancient world. But where exactly did the Sumerians come from? This remains a tantalizing mystery. Early settlers, the Ubaid people, flourished in the region as far back as 5000 BC, leaving behind pottery, tools, and the first signs of organized communities. Did the Sumerians emerge from this culture, or did they migrate to the region later, around 3600 BC? The sands of time may still hold the answer. One thing is certain, by 2900 BC, the Sumerians were firmly established. This wasn't a nomadic tribe, but a society driven to innovate and record their achievements. Their early pictograms evolved into one of the world's first writing systems, cuneiform. Clay tablets etched with delicate wedge-shaped marks reveal a people obsessed with everything from trade deals to complex laws and epic tales of gods and heroes. The Sumerians weren't just building cities, they were writing the blueprint for civilizations to come. And what a blueprint it was! Sumerians divided time into hours and minutes, studied the stars, and laid the foundations of geometry and mathematics. Their legacy lived on, influencing civilizations like Babylon and Assyria long after their cities fell silent. But this golden age was not without its turmoil. City-states clashed, vying for dominance. Kings rose and fell, their deeds immortalized in myth and legend. Think of Gilgamesh of Uruk, a larger-than-life figure whose quest for immortality became literary canon. Yet, just as their star burned the brightest, a new power emerged from the north. The Akkadians, led by the ambitious Sargon of Akkad. It was a force that would change Sumer forever. As Sumer's city-states jostled for power, a new dynasty rose to prominence, the first dynasty of Kish. The Kish tablet, an ancient limestone slab etched with pictographs and early cuneiform script, whispers of kings and kingdoms from this long-ago era. Among these legendary figures is Etana, the valiant shepherd. Legend says he ascended to the heavens and brought unity across borders, his rule perhaps dating back to 3000 BC. Kish was a melting pot. While many names on the list of its rulers have Sumerian roots, a number of Semitic Akkadian names hint at the diverse population of this northern city. And then comes a name confirmed not just by legend, but by archaeological record. Enmi-Barajsi of Kish. This powerful king, whose reign dates back to around 2600 BC, etched his own inscription, boasting of defeating the rival kingdom of Elam and even constructing a temple to the great god Enlil in the holy city of Nippur. But a shadow falls across the triumphs of Kish. Enter Gilgamesh, the legendary king of Uruk. His epic clashes with Enmebarag's successor, Aga of Kish, mark a power shift in the region. Uruk, for a time, ascends to dominance. Yet, from this chaotic period emerges a new center of power, the first dynasty of Uruk. At the helm of this dynasty stands Mesh-Ki-An-Gashur, followed by the enigmatic Enmerkar. Ancient epics tell of Enmerkar's quest to the distant land of Arata, a mountainous realm rich in precious metals. This journey speaks volumes about Sumerian ambition and their thirst for resources. Enmerkar's legacy lives on through his successors, the wise Lugal-Banda and Dumuzid the fisherman. But it's Dumuzid's heir, the legendary Gilgamesh, who would eclipse them all. Gilgamesh, hero of the epic that bears his name, was more than just a king. He was a demigod. Fragments of his story have been unearthed as far away as Egypt and Turkey, a testament to his enduring fame. But this epic isn't just about one man. It's about the rise and fall of dynasties, the clash of gods and mortals, and the eternal human quest for immortality. As the power of Uruk waned, a new dynasty rose, centered around the ancient city of Here reigned kings like the enigmatic Mesgalamdug, whose opulent golden helmet, a marvel of Sumerian craftsmanship, was unearthed centuries later. This precious artifact, discovered in his tomb, speaks of wealth and prestige in what historians call the first dynasty of Mesgalamdug's successors, Akalamdug and Mesh-Anapata, further solidified power. Mesh-Anapata stands out as the first king mentioned in the ancient Sumerian king list. Inscriptions tell of his decisive victory over a rival ruler, Lugal-Kildu of Uruk, and his daring conquest of Kish. By claiming the coveted king of Kish, Mesh-Anapata asserted dominance, a tradition that powerful kings would proudly carry for generations. But Sumer was rarely at peace. Another figure from this era, Mesalim of Kish, left his mark on history. Though missing from the king list, inscriptions from cities like Lagash and Adab attest to his authority. Mesalim even acted as an arbiter in a bitter border dispute between neighboring city-states, hinting at the complex web of alliances and rivalries that shaped the Sumerian political landscape. From across the eastern horizon, a new threat emerged, the powerful kingdom of Elam. The Sumerian king list claims that Elam, fueled by ambition, briefly seized control of Sumer. The Elamites established their base in the city of Awan, their rule immortalized in scattered inscriptions. Yet another shift of power followed, and Shakushana, a formidable king of Uruk, rose to prominence. The king list credits him with an impressive 60-year reign. While his successor, Lugal-Kinish-Dudu, followed in his footsteps, it was Eannatum of Lagash who temporarily wrested control of the region. But the pinnacle of Sumerian expansion came with an unexpected figure, Lugal-Ane-Mundu of Adab. This ambitious conqueror swept across the land, uniting Uruk, and Lagash under his iron fist. Inscriptions boast of his empire stretching from the Persian Gulf to the Mediterranean, even encompassing the distant Zagros Mountains and Elam. However, like so many empires before and after, Lugal-Ane-Mundu's legacy crumbled with his death. In the north, the city of Mari gained the upper hand, heralding yet another change in the ever-shifting balance of power. Then came a truly unique twist in Sumerian history, the rise of Kubaba of the third dynasty of Kish. This extraordinary woman defied convention, ascending the throne not through lineage, but ambition. Legend says she was once a humble tavern keeper before seizing power. Centuries after her reign, Kubaba was revered as a goddess, her name echoing through later cultures as Cybele, the great mother of the gods. As the Akkadians faded, a glimmer of Sumerian resurgence flickered in the south. The second dynasty of Lagash arose, a fleeting echo of ancient glory. This era saw rulers like Ur-Bao and his son-in-law, the renowned Gutian. Gutian, a devout and skilled administrator, left behind numerous statues and inscriptions showcasing the artistic and literary achievements of his time. But Lagash was a shadow of its former self. The relentless rise of neighboring powers would soon extinguish its flame once and for all. From the north, a new threat emerged, the Gutians. These fierce mountain tribes descended upon Mesopotamia, shattering the remnants of Akkadian rule and plunging the region into a dark age. Their reign was brutal but short-lived. A Sumerian king, Utu-Hagel of the 5th dynasty of Uruk, rose to challenge the Gutian oppressors. In a triumphant yet short-lived victory, he expelled them from Sumer. But fate had another twist in store. Just as Utu-Hagel tasted victory, he met his end at the hands of a new power, Ur-Nammu, founder of the 3rd dynasty of Ur. This ambitious king, hailing from the ancient city of Ur, ushered in one final golden age for the Sumerians. He revitalized their administrative systems, commissioned grand building projects, and codified one of the earliest legal systems in history. For a brief and brilliant moment, the Sumerian language enjoyed a revival, but their renaissance was tragically short-lived. By now, the demographics of Mesopotamia had irrevocably changed. Semitic people like the Amorites and Akkadians had become dominant. The Sumerian heartland was shrinking, its unique language and culture succumbing to the tides of history. In 2004 BC, a crushing blow fell. The Elamites, a persistent enemy from the east, stormed Ur, dismantling the last great Sumerian dynasty. Simultaneously, the Amorites surged in power, infiltrating Sumerian cities and gradually assimilating the dwindling population. This two-pronged attack sealed Sumer's fate, yet the legacy of Sumer never truly died. The Babylonians, inheritors of this rich cultural tapestry, absorbed much of Sumer's knowledge and traditions. Sumerian innovations in writing, mathematics, law, and religion left an enduring imprint on the civilizations that followed. Even as their language faded into the realm of scholars, the echoes of Sumer resonated throughout the ancient world. And so the story of the Sumerians, the pioneers of Mesopotamia, reaches its bittersweet end. Their cities crumbled, their kings faded into legend, and their language became a silent script. So much of Sumer remains shrouded in mystery. What other secrets lie buried beneath the desert sands? Let's keep exploring together. Please like, subscribe, and share your theories on how the Sumerians shaped our world. Don't forget to turn on notifications so you never miss an update.